You're listening to Mums Who Question with Valentina Oker
and Jasmine Templin,
a place where curiosity is welcomed, instincts are trusted, and conversations go deeper than the mainstream. Quick note before we start, everything we share is from our own experience and curiosity. Our guests share their own views too. Nothing on this show is medical advice. Please always consult a qualified health professional before making changes for yourself or your kids.
welcome back to another episode of Mums Who Question.
Welcome. It's so crazy. This will be the first episode that I think we've recorded since we've gone live.
Yes, because every other one, we've recorded other episodes, but first one sitting down together again.
Yeah.
Because they've all been interviews recently.
Yeah. It's so funny. I think we've already learnt a lot of things from our first releases.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. I've noticed that some of our biggest supporters are people, like I know a lot of people that are so close to me that haven't even listened to any of the episodes. Yet there's some people that I don't know that listen every week.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. It's such a different experience though.
It is.
It's so funny how I was so worried about saying certain things in the postpartum episode. And it's like, don't worry, they won't listen.
That is true.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
I've had a few people message me being like, oh, so in episode 4, when your holistic dentist spoke about the toothpaste, can you tell me what brand it was that she was saying was bad? And I was like, oh, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they're asking me the question, I'm like, means that they've listened. And
yeah.
you know, it's not an episode that I think you just generally just jump straight into. So I feel like they've listened to each episode to get to that point.
Yes. I do think an episode like that is really cool though, because you can find interest even without being a parent.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So today's episode's another episode that I guess you don't actually need to be a parent to listen to either. We're going to do bathroom swaps and kind of talking through what products we like to use in the bathroom. And yeah, reasons why we've removed certain ones as well.
I think it's really cool as well that we're going through the specific products that we use, because a lot of people do think about swapping products over, and I guess you think of the big ones like your shampoo, your body wash, but there's other little things in the bathroom that you might not necessarily think of straight away. Yeah. And this, of course, isn't to say that everything needs to be swapped over day one, but I think it's quite cool as things wear down or you end up with needing a refill that you can then replace things slowly.
Yeah, well, that's how we've done all of our things. So I guess it's just, once you finish a product, making that conscious effort to look for something that's a little bit cleaner that you can replace it with.
So starting off, just to go over a few things, I guess, that generally are good to avoid. So sulfates is a pretty big one. And sulfates is a cleansing agent in a lot of shampoos and body washes. It helps it foam and also removes oil and dirt. The common ones that you'll see in a product, if you are looking at the ingredients, is sodium lauryl sulfate, which is SLS in capitals, and sodium laureth sulfate, SLES. Personally, for me, I tend to avoid them because the harsher sulfates can actually be quite stripping, especially if you have dry or sensitive skin or your scalp. And then again, sort of following on from our previous swaps episode, fragrance is going to be a big one. When you see fragrance or perfume on a label, it can represent a mixture of different fragrance ingredients rather than one single ingredient. Fragrance is also a really common trigger for skin irritation and contact allergies. So personally, if you can avoid it, then great. There's also so many naturally scented options now and fragrance free. So you really don't need to have something that's got a whole lot of fragrance in it. Another group of chemicals I'm conscious of are PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. That's definitely started to drum up some noise on social media. They can be used in cosmetics, personal care, and it's normally for things like texture, shine, or water resistance. But there's a lot of research around PFAS, and I think there will continue to be, that show negative impacts. So, yeah, for me, avoid if you can. And again, just to reiterate that PFAS can be really difficult to see on an ingredient list because they do normally cover up a whole range of different ingredients. What you can look for is fluorinated ingredients. So things containing words like perfluoro, polyfluoro, or fluoro, and ingredients like PTFE. The last thing that I really wanted to flag as well is silicones. Mainly you will see these in things like shampoos and conditioners. They leave the shiny feeling, but they're not improving the health of the hair underneath. So basically we're aiming for simpler formulas, simpler ingredients, and lower tox products, lower in toxicity. Is that the best way to put it?
Low-Tox just means to reduce your daily exposure to harmful toxins.
Okay, so starting off, shampoo and conditioner. I personally use Mugu Kids shampoo. In terms of synthetic ingredients, it is quite good still, the adult version. However, I have found the kids one to be fine and my hair has been great since using it. For conditioner, I use the Cooki bar. So it's actually like a soap bar, but it's a conditioner. And I was really skeptical when I first bought it because, again, very limited ingredients. And I was really thinking that it wasn't going to work. I've loved it. I will say that I have also tried apple cider vinegar, like how you can make it in a spray bottle. Again, that you see it quite a lot if you look up homemade conditioners that people say, oh, it's just like naturally detangling, easy to make. I didn't love it. I found that I could get rid of the vinegar smell quite easily because that was a con that I saw a lot of people listing. However, I am the type of person to wash my hair, then conditioner, and then I like to kind of brush it in the shower or comb it in the shower. And I found that it was really hard to comb with the vinegar in my hair. I didn't find it as easy to detangle, yet this bar I find really good. And you just kind of rub it on it a bit, so it'd be pretty long lasting too. I've had mine probably over a month now and I'm still got heaps of it to go, so it's good value.
I don't think I'd ever make my own shampoo and conditioner, only because I have color in my hair and I wouldn't want to ruin it with trying to make my own concoction. I'm still on the hunt for a good shampoo and conditioner. None that I have tried yet that I would say I recommend. So yeah, still hunting.
Body wash and soap. I use the lavender and clay soap bar from Source Bulk Foods. It is just a normal soap bar, but it is using essential oils rather than a synthetic fragrance. And I put it in, I've got an organic cotton little soap bag. I also have a sisal one, which is also another natural fiber. I do recommend that. I really like it. I prefer to just have a soap bar, to be honest. From what I have seen, it's the easiest way to have the least ingredients.
Yeah. I don't like the way my skin feels after a soap bar. I've tried so many different ones. It's like, I don't know, it's like a squeaky feel and it like,
I can think
don't
of what
like
you're
the
talking
feeling.
about.
It dries my skin and it just feels squeaky. That's the only way I can explain it.
Mm.
Yeah, I really don't like it. So I use is it Dr. Bronner's?
Yeah, I think so. Is that the way you say it?
Dr.
I don't know why it sounds weird you say it.
I know,
right
it sounds weird, doesn't it? The Dr. Bronner's Pure Castel Magic Soap. I use the unscented, so it's the baby unscented one. It's amazing. You dilute it. You can buy it in there's like a small bottle that I got to try it out, and then you just dilute it. And yeah, we've been using that, and yeah, I'm really liking that one.
Cool. I want to try it. Deodorant. We use Mugu fragrance free. It is aluminium free. I will say that we try to avoid aluminium in everything, in products, in cooking, everything. Aluminium, I guess, is like PFAS in the way that there is early research to show that it can build up in your body, and it's just one of those things that I think if you can avoid it, then I would make the choice to because there's no harm in that, in my opinion. I also, specifically with deodorant, there is research now that shows, so when you shave your armpits in the shower and then apply deodorant, because you've broken the skin barrier, it actually increases your chances quite significantly of absorbing some of the product. So for me, that really heightens why you should try to choose a more low-tox option, because if you are then going on to spray on an aluminium deodorant, it's a higher chance of you absorbing that.
For sure. And what do you think about roll-ons versus spray?
I think roll-on, because I think it's really hard to find a good low-tox option that's spray. But yes, if anyone knows of any really good ones, I'm open to it. But I think I've always sort of preferred roll-on anyways.
I always had roll-on before.
Yes.
I have used one water one. So it's like a salt stone almost kind of thing in the bottom, and then you add water and then you spray it on. So that's like the only spray version, I guess, that I've tried that's low tox, but it was water spray. So it wasn't necessarily like a
Did you find it was good?
It worked for me. I didn't think it worked on my husband.
Oh, yeah.
So for a male that's like doing sport, probably doesn't work. But for like your everyday, if you're just going to work or just around the house, like I think it works for a female.
I think that that's a really good point to make about deodorant specifically, is that you really do have to try a few to find what works for you, because I've tried all the balms, like the no pong and stuff, and I really didn't like them. But I know that other people have tried them and they rave about it.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about the no pong.
Yes, so I think that it is a bit of a trial and error.
Yeah, just depends on what your body is it the pheromones or is it the sweat glands? Like I don't know.
There can be so many factors.
Yeah.
Because some people sweat and don't smell. Some people don't really sweat, but they do smell a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, even some people believe that it can lead back to your gut health. Like if you have gut issues, and it might seep through your skin.
I've heard that people say that if you cut all the seed oils out of your diet, that you're not meant to smell.
Oh, that's interesting.
But is it true? I don't know. Because I feel like it's really hard to be completely no seed oils. Like it means you could never have takeaway. You can't eat out ever. So I feel like it's really hard for someone to be completely like no seed oil.
I wonder.
But
yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah. So the deodorant that I'm currently using, the Biologica brand, which I got from the health food shop just near me.
Is that like a roll-on?
Yeah, it's a roll-on.
Oh, fun.
And that one's quite nice. And yeah, I've noticed that lasts all day as well. Let's do toothpaste. So we both use the Grant's toothpaste. And Grant's toothpaste for our children as well. We both have strawberry. I have strawberry for my daughter too.
Yes, I've never actually seen another flavour. Yeah. The Grant's one for adults, if you're wanting hydroxyapatite, you need to get the blue one.
I use the mild mint natural toothpaste from Grant's.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure that my husband used that one. He thinks that the blue one was making his mouth hurt, but I don't know. So we use different toothpastes.
Fair enough. I'll have to try the other one. So you're saying the blue one?
It actually says on
whitening.
Yeah, it says on it whitening plus HPA. For floss, we use Thick as Thieves specifically because they do not have PFAS. Be cautious of that, because a lot of floss brands, it can be really difficult to find if they do or do not have PFAS. And I will say that for a lot of products that don't include these things, normally advertise it because they know it's good marketing for them. So if they're not putting it anywhere, I would say it's probably worth digging a little bit deeper, because there's probably a chance that they do have it in there.
I guess something I just want to add is a little story time. So the other day I went to an Airbnb and they had a shampoo and conditioner for you to use. And I looked at the front of the shampoo and conditioner and it said 100% vegan, paraben free, and not tested on animals. And so you look at it and you go, wow, this must be like a good shampoo and conditioner to use. And so I feel like there's a lot of that like clean washing kind of thing that they'll say the things that will kind of get people intrigued and be like, oh yeah, this must be a really good product. And then when I turned it over onto the back, it's got so many bad chemicals in it that half of them you can't even pronounce. There's pegs and everything like that in there. So all the forever chemicals. So I just feel like just because you're looking at the front of any product and they've got some keywords they kind of grab you with, like the vegan or not tested on animals, you kind of think things are clean, but you still need to check the back of them.
Yes, I would be careful about wording like natural and even organic. It makes sure that you don't just read the title or the advertising and think, yep, it's definitely clean, because a lot of these companies know the hoops to jump through when it comes to selling a buyer without them investigating any further. I know we're not talking about it right now, but you can really see it in things like protein bars. Like, they're so heavily marketed to be healthy products when if you look at the ingredients, you're probably better off eating a normal chocolate bar.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a bit off topic.
No, I think that that's good, because it's a really strong point that a lot of companies are becoming more aware that people are concerned about the ingredients, and so that it's an easy way for them to say, hey, I don't want to change the ingredients, but maybe I'll put clean or natural in the wording. And some people might not look any further than that and think, great. Toothbrush, we use, I think it's pronounced Gaia or Gaia Guy. I'm not sure which one's correct. I apologize, but we use the boar hair. You can also get another one. Do you know what it is?
There's normally boar hair or there's the horse hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if that brand does it, but I know that they're the two that they're selling.
I think you're right. And actually, I take that back. I'm pretty sure we use the horse hair. The boar hair's this a lot tougher. We use the horse hair because it's a bit softer. Yeah. And I use it. My daughter, who is 3, also uses it. They've just got a shorter toothbrush. Yeah. And my youngest daughter uses silicone, but she's 1. So, yeah, we're being a little bit gentle on her for the moment.
Our organic shop just brought them in, but they didn't.
What do you mean?
The boar and the horsehair. Yeah, but they didn't, when I went there the other day, they didn't have the samples out yet because they've got all the samples of the toothbrushes so you can feel them. And I wanted to be able to feel like the heads first to see which one I wanted before I bought it. So they said they were going to put a sample out soon. So I was like, I'll just come back.
Interesting. Do you know how expensive they were? I can't remember. Have to look into it.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, cool. Well, now I can just get it from here rather than buying them online, because if you buy them online, you can't like feel them prior. So I was like, well, I'll just wait for the samples to come out. So that is the next thing that I will be getting is changing my toothbrush. Oh, because I've got a bamboo toothbrush, but it still has plastic bristles.
Yes. Oh, I think that is the biggest scam.
Yeah. Well, I bought it going, oh yeah, bamboo toothbrush, amazing, get rid of all the plastics. And then I realized that the
joke's on you.
Yeah, the actual bristles still plastic. So I've removed half the plastic from my toothbrush, but still got the other half to go.
It's probably better for the environment.
Yeah, that's true. Mouthwash.
Sometimes we use Mugu. I'll be honest, we don't really use mouthwash too often. If I was to use one, it would probably be that. We are oil pullers. So I normally put coconut oil in the morning. And normally tongue scrapers as well.
Yeah, proper ones.
Yes. I'm trying to get my daughter to oil pull as well. But yeah.
Oh, wow. That would be hard. I'd be too scared that she'd just swallow it.
Yeah, well, I guess if you just give them a tiny little bit, it doesn't really matter if they swallow it too much. Yeah.
Oh. We were like thinking about it, like what would happen?
Yeah. I was thinking, is that bad? No, it's not bad. But yes, I will say with oil pulling, don't spit it down the sink. Yeah. Definitely try to spit it in the bin because
it can clog your drains.
It can, yes. I do think it's good for like having whiter teeth as well.
Yeah, the coconut oil is meant to be really good for it. What coconut oil do you use? Do you use the liquid or do you use like You scoop out like the hard
I
coconut
scoop
oil.
out the hard.
See, I tried doing that and it was just like too much. So I have bought the oil one.
Oh, really?
Like
I
the
didn't
liquid?
even know you could get that.
Yeah, there's liquid coconut oil.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know how it stays as a liquid though. I use that because it's a lot easier to like swish that around your mouth than like trying to scoop out a big piece and melt it in your mouth yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, I just found it easier. It might be easier to do that with Sassy as well. Giving her a liquid one.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, face cleanser. I have been using the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. I'm sure there's better cleansers out there. That was rated 100 out of 100 on the Yuka app.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I pretty much just wash my face with our soap bar and water. I don't really use a specific face cleanser. I probably should. When we were playing for this episode, Jazz and I were talking about how we used to have like a million different beauty products and a specific skin routine. I definitely used to use like a specific facial cleanser, and I had like that cool brush that would kind of like circulate.
Remember those brushes?
Yeah.
You'd like turn them on and they would spin. Wow.
Yeah,
that was a real thing for a while.
Yeah.
They've died off.
Oh, I reckon they're still around. They're probably just not in our algorithm.
That's true.
But
adding more plastic to your face.
Yeah, well, I think you could get silicone too. I swear I used to have a silicone one. But
they had the different brushes. I had one that had like 3 different brushes. So there was like an exfoliating one, like some other, I don't know. Ones if you really wanted to like foam up your face. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what they did, to be honest. I just used them because everyone else was using them.
Yeah. Wanted to get that glass skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And exfoliating half your skin off.
Literally. Yeah. Yes, I should probably look into something more specific, but we will see. I feel like my skin's normally relatively okay and I have less products than I've ever used. I do exfoliate sometimes. I don't want to say every day because I definitely don't exfoliate my face every day, but I do have it's 100% natural hemp mitt, which I love to exfoliate everywhere, is great. I bought it from an organic store. I believe you can also buy them at Endota, though.
Yeah.
So that one's highly recommend from me. It's one of my favorite products.
For my exfoliator, I didn't really find any that I loved. So all I do is I will get a bit of coconut oil and some coffee grind.
Oh.
And I just put a little bit of that on. That's it.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Sound like a homemaker.
I don't exfoliate my skin very often, to be honest. So
you've got to give us a DIY video on that one.
All right, moisturizers.
Again, I feel like I should be moisturizing more than I do. I will say I probably most often use beef tallow, which I do like. But yes, I am on the hunt for something that I absolutely love.
Yeah, we use beef tallow. My husband and both my kids get a bit of eczema, so I'm very careful with how many ingredients I add to their skincare and what I put on their bodies. But beef tallow has really helped their skin, especially with like how dry it gets with the eczema. We love beef tallow in this family. We go through quite a few tubs, and there is a tub in every bathroom and every bedroom and in the bag, and we always have it around. I also love to use for myself, for my face, I use the Liminal Elixirs Original Face Balm. So it's, for me, I use that as my moisturizer, my serum, my everything pretty much. It's a stick balm and I pop it all over my face morning and night. I wear it under my makeup. I use it as lip balm as well. It's a really good all-rounder. Since using that, I've removed all of the other skincare items. I used to use like toners and, eye serums and all of that. Now I just use this. Liminal Elixirs do an eye serum as well. But I just really love the clean ingredients. And I have repurchased that a few times now.
I really am excited to try that one. Every time I hear you talk about it, I always think I need to get that next.
Yeah, I rave about it. I love it.
I do think that if you are going to take anything from this episode, that the best things to replace is probably moisturizer and maybe even foundation if it's something that you wear every day, because it's just something that you're covering your entire face in
Mm.
and using at least once a day, every day.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's built up over time.
definitely.
Serums, I don't want to pretend that I use it every day, but I clearly need to have a better skincare routine, but I mainly would use the Mugu anti-aging peptide serum, which I find quite good. Sunscreen, I use Whatnot, which is also a BB cream. So a lot of the time I use that as my foundation.
I've got to try that one. I have seen it, but I haven't tried it yet.
See, I love it, but I know other people have tried it and found that it almost goes a bit flaky on them. So again, I think it can be trial and error with a lot of these things.
I used to use, like last summer, I haven't repurchased anything for this summer yet, but I used to use the Little Urchins BB cream plus sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to use that makeup.
I really like Inika. I use more often than not the Whatnot BB cream as a base, and then I use the Inika concealer and Inika blush as well as the Inika powder. And the reason why I'm really probably quite passionate about the powder over everything is that it's talc free. Talc is becoming more prominent in more and more research to be problematic for health. There's quite a lot of people trying to make big claims about it causing certain diseases and even cancers. So again, I know a lot of this research is quite early on, but I do think, unfortunately for us, for research to actually get to the point of us having access to it, it takes years.
Yeah.
So I think if there's already early research showing this, again, it's just one of those things that if you can avoid it and it's something that you're going to use daily, I think that it's worth considering. And personally, I think the Inika talc-free powder is really good quality. So it's probably the biggest change, I guess, I've made in makeup that I am most passionate about. I would love to try different makeups that are more natural, but I found this one and I like it, so I've stuck to it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's a lot of other brands that are worth recommending, but I have not explored much further than that. I will say as well, while we're on the topic of makeup, that my daughter has a makeup set and it's the No Nasties one, and she absolutely loves it. And it's really faint colors, so even when she comes around and puts it on your face, you don't end up looking like a complete clown.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier to clean off as well, and she absolutely loves it.
I've been using the Airy Perez Oat Milk foundation, and I've really been liking that. So I only recently swapped my foundation over. I was using one from Mecca, and once I finished that, I went to the organic shop and I have purchased this one. I tried all of the different ones there, and they did have the Inika, but I didn't find the colors were quite right for my skin. It's obviously hard to kind of swatch them all in store, but yeah, I found this one was really nice.
Mascara, I rarely wear mascara. Like, I only ever wear it when I'm going to like a bottomless brunch or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't wear it enough for me to really be concerned about it. And I do use a waterproof one because I'm one of those people that always gets like the little black dots under your eye.
Yeah. I only put mascara on once or twice a month. So yeah, it's not something that I have swapped over yet, and it's not something that I'm kind of thinking I'll swap over anytime soon. But yeah, maybe when I finish the tube that I've got, I might have a look into them. But yeah, I haven't got a Low-Tox one for that.
That reminds me, this is also something that I think as time progresses that we can let you guys know if we're trying out any new products and we love them. And also that obviously with research always changing, that we might change our minds. Like, even though this is something that products that we're passionate about right now that we know and love, there may be an ingredient in the future that we learn is problematic and we will adapt to that. I don't want to sound like we're always acting like we know the most, always going to be willing to change and adapt as the times change.
Yeah, and better products may come out than what we're currently using.
That's right. So this is just like
this is what we're liking right now.
Yeah.
And we're also not sponsored by any of these brands.
Yes.
So these are just all things that we have personally bought and love.
That's right. Okay, so
Lip balms.
I mean, it's a lip gloss really more, but it's the Eco by Sonia Glory Lips. I probably use that one every day. In terms of lip balms, I have used the little urchin one, which I do like. And if I do have dry lips or I'm trying to wear something at night, I generally use the Castor Guard by Biome, which is sort of like a replacement for Vaseline.
I love the Hurraw lip balms. They've got a few different tints in them. So if you're wanting something with a little bit of color, but it's still quite natural, I love that one. And then, yeah, if I'm wanting something overnight to like really lock in hydration, I love just straight lanolin, 100% lanolin, which is actually a nipple balm is the one I use, but amazing for your lips too. So
I do just want to say, in terms of Castor Guard being a replacement for Vaseline, Vaseline is petroleum. I mean, a lot of people are on the fence about whether it is toxic or because it is like a highly purified version, if it is somewhat safe and non-toxic. For me personally, I think if there's a better option out there, that's the one that I want to choose. I also find Castor Guard works better. Perfume. I used Recreation Bondi Beach perfumes. They use essential oil, natural fragrances. I was really skeptical about changing over. I actually bought their like trial pack.
mm-hmm.
And I also bought a large bottle of just one purely off reviews, and I've loved it. And I tend to get quite a lot of compliments on it from other people, which even sometimes shocks me because I'm so used to having a synthetic perfume and really struggling to, even with that, find one that I found I really liked and suited me. But I do think with all, sometimes I will wear synthetic perfume if it's for like an event or something, but it's not something that I would wear most of the time. And again, once my bottles run, well, I only have one bottle of synthetic perfume. Once that runs out, I won't replace it. I'll just continue to use the natural one because I really don't see the point to.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the right natural one. Every time I go to the organic shop, I like sniff all of them and I haven't found the right scent for me just yet. I'm really picky on my scents. So I have one bottle of, I guess, bad perfume. And yeah, I always make sure if I do spray it, which I only spray it for special occasions, I will make sure I only spray it on my clothes and not onto my skin at all. So I guess that's the better way of still, if you're wanting to still use it, I guess, until you finish your bottle, just making sure you don't spray it onto the skin.
It is really becoming more known that having synthetic perfumes on you can be problematic for things like fertility and hormones. And a lot of people that are struggling in these areas, it's one of the first things that you'll be told to cut back on or cut out. I know even I have a few clients that are struggling with hormones, and so it's a conversation that I have quite often. Again, it's because you're putting it on your body for a lot of people every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Hand wash. I use the Source Bulk Foods, which is an organic store one. I believe it's coconut flavor.
I've used their lemon myrtle.
Okay. Hand sanitizer. It's PAUME. I think it's Palm hand sanitizer. I do like it. I also really like that it comes in like you can buy like a refillable sort of, what would you even say, like the satchel container type things that you can pour, because I've got a pump bottle in like the nappy change area, and then I've also got two like little carry ones, so you can just fill it up that way. They're the ones that I prefer. I do find that they're less harsh on your hands as well. Some you can really feel the alcohol strips you. And hand sanitizer is such an interesting topic because there is argument that putting something with high alcohol on your body all the time is also problematic for like different organs. However, the other side of that is that I would never say to someone, don't use it, and then you end up picking up something from using a public bathroom, or the benefits outweigh the risks when it comes to sanitization, in my opinion. But there are people online, especially, that will and do try argue the other way.
The way that my family works is if we're in reach of being able to wash our hands with soap, we'll use the soap, and then we
Mhm.
just use the sanitizer when we're like out and about. So if we're at a food court and we're
Mm.
about to eat, I'll give them a bit of sanitizer. But if we're at home or we've just gone to the toilet, we'll just use like actual soap. So I guess, yeah.
Yeah. The benefit of using a lower tox soap in that case is again that some that aren't as low tox will still have a high alcohol ratio, and also synthetic chemicals, synthetic fragrances as well. Again, it's like if you think about the amount of times that you wash your hands in a day,
Yeah.
and even children, like that's something that you can reduce exposure quite drastically by changing.
I have thought about like carrying, I don't know if this is like a bit too extra, but thought about carrying around my own hand soap, like in a little squeezy bottle, because especially for my daughter with eczema, like I always get funny about her using the soap at all of the shops and things like that, just because I'm like, I don't know what's in it. I don't want it to irritate her skin. So I'm thinking about actually getting like a little bottle of like our own.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I do carry around our hand sanitizer, but I can understand that if she's likely to flare, that
Yeah.
it's something. This one is more moisturizing, but again, you'd probably have to try it to see
Yeah.
how she goes with that.
All right. Hair styling products.
I use the No Nasties Hair Gel. It is a kid's one, but it works and I like it. They also have a hairspray, which I do like as well, but it sprays, like it shoots out. You know when like some streams of hairspray go everywhere and then some like shoot out in a line and it shoots out in a line.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I find the gel easier to use.
We don't use any hair products really. I don't have frizzy hair, so.
Oh, yeah. Lucky you.
Dry shampoos.
I'm 100% an advocate for By Blanca. It's non-aerosol, non-talc, sulfate and paraben free. I think that's really difficult to find.
Yeah, where do you get that one from?
They stock it at Chemist Warehouse and
Okay.
also online.
I like that it's at Chemist Warehouse.
Yes. I actually know Katie who created it and she's awesome too. I've never heard of a product that has been like that.
Yeah, because that's the issue with like a lot of the dry shampoos out there is there are so many nasties in them.
Yeah, I've never tried all the natural things. Like I've heard of people putting, I don't even know what it is. What do people do? I don't think it's baking powder, but it's
It used
like,
to be baby powder. I remember baby powder, but then that's like got talc in it.
Also, yeah.
So
that's funny.
yeah, I don't know. All right. Period product.
So I'm Tom Organic period pad through and through at the moment. I mean, to be fair, I've never really tried anything else. I'm not really a tampon girly, if I'm being super real with you all. So pads are my go-to and I find that they have good absorption and are still organic.
Yeah, I have used the Tom's organic and yeah, if I was to buy pads, they're the ones I go for. But I've swapped over to using period undies. And I feel like once you try them, I feel like at the start when I thought about it, I was like, oh no, I don't know if I could do that. But now using them, game changer. They actually are. And I don't think I could go back. I have bought the Modi Body because I just got the ones that were at the organic shop and tried them. There's a heap of different brands and I'm going to expand and try a few different brands, but that's the one that I've been using currently and they're great.
I really want to try them. I'm at that stage where I'm scared, but I'll give it a go.
I've also used a period cup.
Oh, and you were going to say that. I could not imagine attempting to do that.
I used them years ago. Like I used them before I had Evie. I haven't used them since. I don't know why. I used it prior to having Evie. And then after having Evie, I was like, it's been so long since I've used one. I'm kind of scared to use it again. But I used it for like a year before having her. So I don't know. I've just never gone back because I'm kind of scared to do it again. But yeah, it was super easy. And wasn't as scary as you'd think.
Oh, I don't know. You're talking to someone who's never even really used tampons.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't used tampons for a long time either, but yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I like the period underwear now, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd ever try them again, but that is an option as well if you're wanting another clean option. Because I guess a reason why we don't use normal pads and tampons is because it's the bleach. But yeah, obviously hormone disrupting ingredients that get put into these pads and tampons.
Yeah.
And it's such a sensitive part of your body.
Yes. I think we're going to see a big rise in awareness. Because again, if there are fertility issues there or even hormone problems, it's something that if someone has a holistic view, it is something that will be brought up.
Yeah.
And I guess leads into intimate wash, like a vaginal wash. I'm quite against them.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, I really do not think your vulva needs a heavily fragrance wash. And even for most people, you should really only be gently cleansing the outside and really, in my opinion, making sure it's not fragrance. Like it's a fragrance-free option.
Yeah.
Because you can mess with the
your pH.
Yeah, the pH levels and your vaginal microbiome. It's just not necessary. And I think it is a bit of a scam, a lot of the products that are coming through that are marketed, especially towards people who already have issues like thrush. Adding more products there, especially if they've got synthetic ingredients, is not what you're aiming for.
No.
Another one I wanted to add in was the razor that I changed to. I use the Ever Eco reusable razor. And again, I was very skeptical to make this change because I was the type of person that would buy the normal, I don't even know what they're supposed to be, if they're like a 10 use or whatever they are, razors. And I would always pick off.
Like that jelly fill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's definitely got problematic ingredients in it to make it smooth like that. And again, you're putting this straight onto areas where you've just disrupted the skin barrier. So absorption rates can be higher. But when I changed, I've loved it. I've had no problems.
Blade looks a little scary to me.
Yeah, I haven't cut anywhere. So
okay.
I was a little bit nervous too. I will say that, but it really has been a very good product and I've had it for months now. And all you have to do to change it is just change the blade. Like it's really quite easy. So kids more, although not necessarily, like bubble bath, bath bombs. We use Mugu Natural 2-in-1 bubbly wash. Sometimes if we're trying to look for a specific bubble bath. We also like the Honey Sticks bath crayons and bath bombs. They're soy, beeswax, and food grade pigments. The Honey Sticks crayons are really quite cool because both of my girls just sit in the bath drawing.
Yeah.
And they're quite easy to wash off the bath, so that's a win-win. And I also do like Lush, like the store Lush bath bombs, but I find them quite expensive to be buying frequently. The Honey Sticks ones was a much cheaper option considering the amount that come in a pack.
Because of the eczema with my family, we use a Mugu bubble wash for the kids sometimes, but we don't use any of the like bath bombs or anything like that. We do Epsom salt sometimes, Dead Sea salt or bentonite clay. That's all I really put in my baths for the kids just because I don't want to trigger anything in their skin.
We do use those as well. I will say that whenever it's been a bit of a rough day, I am always chucking in Epsom salts to try any way that I can advocate calming.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, you're going to sleep well tonight.
Yeah. Literally, sometimes I jump in there with them.
Yeah.
Yes, and we also use bentonite clay.
Yeah. So bentonite clay is a natural powder formed from aged volcanic ash. It's meant to be like a binder and pulls out dirt, oils, and impurities. So the reason how I got into it was they say it's really good to detox like for baths. So if someone's got like a cold and things like that, you're meant to have a bentonite clay bath and it's meant to help draw the toxins from the body.
Yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of places you actually have to ask if they have it too.
Yeah.
Like it's not usually heavily advertised.
They do sell bentonite clay at Source Bulk Foods. But yeah, sometimes you do have to ask for it. And I have found it at Go Vita.
Oh, really?
They have it at Go Vita, but the one they have at Go Vita is an edible one because you can eat it.
Yes, I have seen that. Some people take it like capsulated.
Yes. So the one that I bought last time was from Go Vita. And I did read on it that it says edible, but yeah, I do put that in the baths for my family.
Okay, so moving on to more like bathroom cleaning sprays, I use the Saba multi-purpose lemon spray. Again, it is because they have limited ingredients. And it's also really easy to buy, like it's normally at Woolworths or Coles. And I use the multi-purpose one pretty much for everything. They do have different variations of the spray. They also do have like a toilet cleaner, which is what I use, the Saba. I just like it. I like the bottle. I like the spray top. I think it smells not too strong. And I think it does a good job of cleaning.
Yeah. I like the Eco Store one. That's what I've used. I guess I haven't tried a whole heap of different like cleaner brands. That was the first one I bought, and yeah, liked the way that it cleans. So I use their bathroom and shower cleaner in the bathrooms, and then they have a toilet cleaner as well. So I just use both of those.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing that I think you do need to think about for bathrooms would be like showers and bath filters. So if your water in your house isn't filtered, I would recommend buying a shower or bath filter, just because obviously there's a lot of harsh chemicals going through our water every day. And especially if you have treated hair, like if a lot of hairdressers do say that if you bleach your hair, if you have a shower filter, your color actually lasts longer because the chemicals in the water strip your hair, because there's chlorine in our water and that does strip the color from your hair. So if that's what it's doing to our hair that you can see on the outside, just imagine what it's doing to your whole body, every single time you shower.
Yes, I think when we changed over to filtered water, it made a big change in my skin and hair. I will also say that a lot of people do get a little bit confused as well. And even of myself, when I first had Saskia, I know it's not really so relevant to bathroom, but just while we're on the topic, that when you boil water, it doesn't remove dissolved contaminants. So that means some heavy metals such as lead, arsenic, mercury, some PFAS, so forever chemicals, nitrates, many pesticides and herbicides. It can kill some bacteria, but it's not. I think a lot of people think that it makes it as clean as possible, and it actually doesn't. That's why filtering water is, I guess, the next step. That's not to say that you shouldn't boil your water, because it absolutely does make a difference, but I'm just saying that it doesn't make it completely clean to the point where filtering wouldn't do anything further. Filtering definitely does help. And then a step on top of that, having a reverse osmosis system is going to be the cleanest version of water. But yes, just because I remember when I first had Saskia that I used to believe that boiling water was the best thing that you could do. And that it would get rid of everything better than any filtering system, any reverse osmosis. I thought it did not matter if I was boiling the water, which it actually isn't that at all.
Yeah. And if you are looking for any products, they had the Clean and Conscious Awards. So the winners have been announced for 2026. So you can go through there and have a look for like skincare, makeup, hair care, body, fragrance, personal care. And you can see all of the winners. I wouldn't just buy whoever won every single thing, because some of them I like some of the products I've got better, but it is a good place to start, because I know it can be very overwhelming looking for a certain product and going into the whole realm of clean products. So I think it's a good place to start your research, I guess. So if you are looking for products, I would jump on there to have a look. So that's the cleanandconscious.com.au.
Yes, I think that we just want to reiterate as well that don't see this as overwhelming and that everything in the bathroom is going to cause so much toxic load and get really stressed out about it for your children, because yes, you don't need to change everything day one. It is completely fine to change things as you need to. You don't need to run yourself broke because you are suddenly really worried about this. I remember when I first started learning about Low-Tox, I almost got a sense of panic that you start to think of all the times that you've used something on your child or yourself.
Or every single time you spray that product again, you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing to myself?
Change things as you can, as it's affordable, as you need to. Don't think that you need to do everything day one.
So I guess all we want to say is we have been on this journey for a few years now of going more Low-Tox, and there's still things, as we've said, like I'm looking for a certain toothbrush and looking for perfume. So we still haven't completely changed our over. And yeah, we've been a few years into this. So anyone starting off, obviously you don't want to feel overwhelmed by all of these things and feel like, yeah, you have to run out and grab everything. But I guess it's just those small steps, and every single product you change over, it's making your life that tiny bit more Low-Tox, which is going to improve your health. So swapping one product over, a year or every month or whatever it is going to improve the amount of toxic load you're having in your life, I guess.
Yeah, because it compounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole reason that we really wanted to do this episode was because we look back at the start of our journey and think it would have been so valuable to have something like this to listen to and feel that a lot of different products are being discussed in the one place, because it can be overwhelming to go online and you're trying to do your own research on a million different categories. But yeah, so hopefully this has been helpful. And we do have our confession in our confessions box. So as we have said in previous episodes, if you have a funny confession or something that you just want to share with us that would be a cool tip or something to lighten the mood for the week, we would love to hear from you. Do you want to let us know this week's confession, Jazz?
So today's confession is, whenever I go to the shops with my child and I see the rides in the middle of the shops, whenever the lights are flashing, I tell my child that it means that they're broken.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
I need to start using it. I hate when you tell your child, oh no, sorry, they're broken, and then some other parent walks up and pays for it.
And you're like,
no. Yeah, I find it funny. Anytime we walk past them now in shopping centres, I always try to say, oh, Saskia, look over there quickly, and I'm quickly pushing the trolley.
Yeah. We're don't look to the left. Or we'll go a different direction, because I know that there's the pink car that I know is going to get her attention. So we'll go the other way around.
Yeah, it's funny.
If there's any episode ideas that you have as well that you would like us to cover, or if there's a certain guest or topic you'd like us to go into as well, please feel free to jump onto our social media and let us know, because we are looking for more people to interview. But if there's someone that you're interested in, let us know.
Absolutely. We are going to leave that one there. We hope you've enjoyed the episode. I will say that if you have enjoyed listening to us, it really does help if you're able to give us a 5-star review. It really helps us continue to do what we are doing. And if you're able to follow, that also is a lot of value to us.
We're also going to link all of the products that we have recommended today on our social media. So feel free to give us a follow, and we'll have all of them linked. So it might make that easier.
We'll see you at the next episode.
Bye.
Before we go, we just want to say everyone's on their own journey and there's never any judgment or pressure here. Whoever you are and wherever you're at, this space is simply about starting conversations, sharing perspectives, and making information more accessible for the people who are looking for it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and know that you're always welcome here.